video. Bit of chicken chow mein there, is it, or something, or noodles, or maggots now. Probably.
I wonder when that was left there.
It's slightly rusted.
It doesn't look like it's very lived in, this place, does it really?
Cliff Richard's obviously staying there at the moment.
Welcome to another video, Walk on the Wild Side, and I'm here in Blackpool, and I think you know who this is. It is the MacMaster. Yeah, he's joining me here for a video here in Blackpool. And Lee, I want you to look at this new camera I've got. Look, have a close look. Look at that there. Eh?
Oh, look at that.
You know what that is?
That looks like the new DJI Osmo.
Yes, I've got myself a new camera, folks. Yeah. Oh, it's quite fancy, isn't it? Eh?
I tell you what, I want one. I need one now.
Yeah, so I've treated myself to a new camera. And what I thought we'd do is, we've been doing a few videos, haven't we? Doing a few food videos. I've been doing videos for you. And it's about time I did my own video. So I thought I'd take Lee around Blackpool and we'll have a little look at the alternative side of Blackpool. Yeah, the side of Blackpool that maybe the tourist board probably don't want you to see. Yeah.
There's no food in this video, is there?
No food, but we might...
Actually there is.
Oh.
There is some food in this video. You're going to show me the bits inside the phone box behind us.
Oh, right. Well, we are outside the old post office here on Abington Street. That's where we're starting. And if we look behind us, you can see we've got all these phone boxes here. Look at these, aren't they amazing? Yeah.
Right, so in here, here's your food for the video. Bit of chicken chow mein there, is it, or something, or noodles, or maggots now, probably.
I wonder when that was left there. What have we got on the floor?
Bit of, that looks like cider. Got some cider. You got a 2p coin in there as well.
2p.
And the top for the chow mein. Do you want to taste this food and mark it out?
Probably not. Yeah, this is the grand entrance right here. What do you think to that? Look at that. They don't do that anymore, do they? Look at that. Wow.
I think that's absolutely fantastic. Hopefully they keep all this architecture outside and all the what do you call it?
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? And like we say, the phone boxes, they're a big feature here in Blackpool town centre.
I think they're going to have to do something with them though.
Yeah, clean them up a little bit.
Yeah, make them into something. It's be interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Some of them have changed into coffee places in London.
Yeah, because in London they do tend to make use of every little space, don't they? And they could do that here in Blackpool, couldn't they? Yeah, like the old toilets we were talking about before. They just filled them in with concrete, and they could have used the space for something else, couldn't they?
Yeah, there's a lot of underground toilets here that you were showing me earlier on in one of my videos. We were walking by, and I said they're going to fill them all in, and they filled a lot in with concrete. But in London, they actually make bars out of them, and one of them is called the Public Convenience, and it's a bar, and it's great. It's a good idea.
It's amazing, yeah. Blackpool Council, get on it.
We need the renegade councillor.
Now then, we're just outside the front of Abington Street Market, and if you look up there, Lee, what does it say?
Police station.
There you go, police station. So this used to be the police station back in the olden days, yeah.
I wonder what year that was. I'll have to find that out.
I think we're going back to probably about the turn of the 20th century when this was a police station, and they've only just pretty much opened this up as a market, or partly as a market, and round the back they've got like a big food hall, which we'll be looking at in your video hopefully, so we could have a little look inside the market, couldn't we?
Let's go and have a look in. I can do a bit of a recce.
There you go, let's go in. Here we go. You know, I've not been in here for a long time, and it's a big favourite, Abington Street. It's work in progress, by the way. There's still a bit to do yet, but they are working on it, and there's a bit of music going on in the background. Oh, we've got a little arcade here. Look at this, look. That's quite fancy, isn't it? Look, fancy go at Space Invaders. A dinky little arcade there. Look at that.
Classic.
That is quite fancy, isn't it, Lee? Yeah. And just over here is, just at the back here, is the food hall. It's very, very popular. you can get a lot of street food, and we're actually going to be doing. So we're actually going to be doing a video on your channel, aren't we? In here, inside the food hall of Abington Street Market. It's amazing. They've got loads of different foods, street foods. We've got Mexican, Chinese. We've got pizza places. Oh, you can get it all here. What do you think? It's looking quite fancy.
What would you go for? Chinese or Indian or pizza, or what would you go for?
Well, when I was last in here, a friend of mine had a lamb biryani, and I thought, you know what, that looks really, really good. So I might try one of those.
I think I'm going to go Chinese. I think sweet and sour.
That's quite fancy in there, isn't it, really? You'll have to check it out if you're coming to Blackpool. Come here to the Abington Street Market. They're just starting to open it up now, and the food section looks really good. But you can check out Lee's video. Don't forget to follow the MacMaster, of course, on YouTube. You've actually exploded in the last few months, haven't you, with the electric car videos? You've taken off. He's got a lot more subscribers since I was last doing a video with him. How many are now?
144,000, 143,000.
Look at that. Yeah, 140 odd thousand. I wonder when I'll get to 100. I want that. Did you get one of those plaques?
I did. I got the 100,000 plaque. Yeah, you'll be getting there.
I want
soon
one of
enough.
those.
Come on, because there's a lot of viewers, you know. I will say this: there's a lot of viewers that watch YouTube that are not subscribed. So if you watch Stephen, it doesn't cost you a penny to subscribe. So just subscribe to him. He's brilliant. He's fantastic. You got to love this guy.
I think some people are a little bit. They think it costs money to subscribe, but it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. So hit the subscribe button.
That's it.
And MacMaster. Yeah, so that's Cedar Square, just round the back of Abington Street Market. This is where we just were in here, in
Ziggy's
this place
over
here.
there as well.
Oh yeah, just over there we've got Ziggy's. That's worth a mention. Go in there, Ziggy's, based on David Bowie, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, did a breakfast review there.
A cracking good breakfast in there. We'll just take a look down the back of the old post office, and this is where the sorting office is. This is Edward Street, by the way, and we've got this was all the sorting office here, this building here, and yeah, it's going to be a massive hotel when they get it done. And you see, another thing, Lee, about Blackpool, there's a lot of old buildings, and when you look closely at them, it's amazing some of the architecture that you see, and particularly the railings. I mean, just look at these railings here. This is incredible. Look at that there. I mean, when they built this place here.
That might take some renovating.
Yeah.
It's slightly rusted.
It actually makes me think a little bit. What's Blackpool Tower like? Is it a bit like this?
Hopefully not. I tell you what though, I do hope that they manage to somehow reclaim this and sort of like make it new again and keep some of the original features, because things were better back then. Designed better back then.
There was definitely no expense spared when they put these railings in, I can tell you that much. And as usual, next to a post office, we have the telephone exchange here, there. Do you think quite a nice fancy pattern on there, isn't there? What do you think? They're not really the prettiest looking buildings, are they? Telephone exchanges, really, are they?
They're not, but I'm just looking at the facade on it, and the outside of this one is obviously different to that. That's got to be what, early 1900s, is it, or 1800s?
Yeah, that's around about. I think the post office was about 1914, something like that. Yeah.
And this is obviously later on with the facade.
Yeah, this looks a bit like 60s, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder what goes on in these places, because they're not used like they used to do, are they? They're not the same as what this old mechanic. It used to be all mechanical, didn't it? But now it's all digital. Look at all those aerials up there. Look.
I look at these buildings and I just think, I wonder what the walls could tell from history, from inside them buildings, because back in the day, obviously when you had factories, etc., people worked together more as a team, didn't they?
That's right.
And there was lots more going on, whereas nowadays it's not the same, is it? Just if the walls could tell stories, it would be brilliant.
Yeah. So we're just coming up to Topping Street, and Lee's just pointed out the Washington pub there. has got the open bolt tram there on the side. Never noticed that before actually. That was a good spot, that. And that's the thing, you see. I always say to people, look up. When you come to Blackpool, look up, because you never know what you're going to see, because, you know, it could be a McDonald's on the ground floor, and if you look up, it could say something like, I don't know, like a really old club or something like that.
Conservative club or whatever.
Or a nice grand Art Deco building or something like that. So there's a lot of stuff to see in Blackpool if you look up. Well, there's a lot of noise going on up here, Lee, because they're building this massive new office for the DWP. What do you think? It's all going on in Blackpool, isn't it?
Can I say it? It's all kicking off round here.
We've got a bit of street art here as well. This is Topping Street, by the way. That's Topping Street over there. Got a bit of a mural going on here. And look at this, folks. The sound of construction. That tells you that there's money being spent here in Blackpool for the new offices, for the civil service. But we're making our way up to, well, Cookson Street. What am I? Can't keep me away from Cookson Street. Now, where we're heading to now is Cookson Street, and it's got... I can't stay away from Cookson Street. The thing about Cookson Street is they've got a few establishments along there where you can get a nice massage, you know?
Right.
Or maybe you want a sauna. What do you think? And maybe a little bit extra.
Well, you can leave me there then. I'll come and pick me up later.
Right, okay, Lee, so we've now got an artist representation of what this is going to look like when it's all finished. What do you think?
It looks a nice building, but as we said, you know, if you look back at the buildings from years ago, and I may be wrong, and people may disagree with me, I just think buildings back in the day, in the early 1900s, were better than they are today. But not to take anything away from it, it is a very lovely building, and it's good to see construction in Blackpool, because it means things are picking up. So it's all good. Construction is good.
But there is one thing missing from this picture. Beer monsters. I can't see any beer monsters on this picture anywhere. And normally this area is teeming with them.
Don't worry. When it turns into real life, there will be plenty of beer monsters around here.
Yeah, so what was that place you were just coming out of there then?
It was a back massage place, you know.
Oh yeah, you got a bad back, haven't you? Yeah.
And I feel happy now. I'm glad I didn't go next door though.
Well, there's a lot. Oh, next door.
There's a colourful flag on next door's one.
Yeah, there's a sauna next door as well. That's a sauna, but it's for only certain types of people, so we won't go there. But anyway, around here, it's all changed around here, you know. They're knocking a load of stuff down. They're obviously building the new offices behind. But you see over the road here, that block over there, they're going to knock all that down, and they're going to build a university. Yes, and they're going to get rid of all that there. Yeah, they might even get rid of some of these massage parlours. What do you think? That'd be a disaster, wouldn't it?
It would. I say keep the massage parlours and just petition against student accommodation for the time being. It's going to be like Nottingham, overrun.
Yeah, so just over there, in the glare of the sun, light is Natalie's sauna. Natalie will...
Do you know what?
Natalie.
I think my back was working. I'm not sure the last place did it for me. I might just have to have a quick look and see. Is it like a steam room in there and stuff as well?
Oh yeah. Natalie will sort you out.
Natalie make sure. Yeah. Feels a lot better here like this.
Did Natalie sort you out then? Yeah?
She sorted me well out, she did.
There you go.
Natalie, though, I can tell you, had 2 teeth and looked like something from a horror movie. But she was good, very firm.
Now then, Lee, we're outside Mr. Basrai's buffet, and you went in here, didn't you, when it had a naught hygiene rating? Yeah?
I did, yeah. And do you know what? I actually gave it, I didn't realise at the time that it did have a naught hygiene rating. However, I did give it a good score because it tasted great, it was clean inside, yet I find out a lot of the time that the only reason they mark them down, these places and the food hygiene places, because they've not filled in the paperwork right. They've now got their food hygiene rating back and they are now a 4. Not a 5, but they are a 4. So they probably spelt the name wrong in it or something. But I enjoyed it. Thought it was a good place, good selection of food, really good, really nice and very friendly.
Do you know something else that Blackpool's got? We've got quite a few strip clubs.
Ooh.
Yeah, strip clubs. And we've also got... Have you ever heard of swingers?
Swingers? What?
Yeah.
Yes, I have. Upside down pineapple.
Oh yeah, the upside down pineapple, yeah. Well, we've got a few hotels and venues that cater for swingers.
And you'll see lots of Teslas outside. They all drive
Lots
Teslas.
of Teslas, yeah. There you go. Let's check some of them out, shall we?
Yeah, I might stop in one next time. Could be quite interesting. Spice it up a little bit.
So we're now on Talbot Road, just outside the old bus station behind you, and it's all going on here because just over the road they're building a new tram station and Holiday Inn Hotel. What do you think?
I think it sounds like it's all going on down here, although I am interested in the background knowledge of the flying handbag, because I've seen plenty of them in my time being in Yorkshire and Nottinghamshire. Get whacked round the head with them. What is it? Is it a pub?
The Flying Handbag, just over there, yeah, it's actually a gay pub, that one there, because over there is it's like the Pride Village of Blackpool, yeah. So most of the pubs, hotels over that section there are all run by the gay community, yeah.
I would call it the Flying Man Bag then. My mate Martin has a man bag.
Yeah, and just here we've got the Holiday Inn,
Yeah.
and we're now going to have a Marco Pier White's New York Italian fancy restaurant. What do you think to that?
Well, I've been to Marco Pier White's, obviously I do food reviews, and I went to the one in Nottingham, and the steak was excellent. In fact, what I really liked about it was they brought out a selection of knives for you to cut your steaks with, and you got to choose which one that you could have. And I thought that was a nice touch, to be fair. Bit of a gimmick, but the steak was good, and I enjoyed it, something different.
There you go. Yeah, so this is where the trams are going to come, Lee, from the North Pier. They're going to come up here, up Talbot Road, right where we're stood now, and into the new station, just in there. Let's have a little look, shall we? Look at that. I don't know when it's going to be complete, but you know, there is one thing I've been thinking of, because we're just over the road from Mark Kelly's, which is just over there. And I'm a little bit concerned about the beer monsters. when they fall out of Mark Kelly's, are they going to get run over by a tram? What do you think? We don't want that to happen, do we?
They may get onto the tram and go like a little beer trip, what do you call it, like on a beer tour, a pub crawl.
So there you go, Mark Kelly's. It's not that far away from the train station as well, so you don't have very far to stagger back.
Is there more than one Mark Kelly's?
Yeah, oh yeah, Blackpool has actually got 3 Mark Kelly's. We've got this one, we've got the Central, and we've also got one at South Shore as well.
I've heard a lot about Mark Kelly's. What's the draw and what's the attraction?
Yeah,
to Mark
it's
Kelly's?
pretty much a fun pub, a cabaret. They have live singers in there, and they have a DJ and all that sort of thing. And it's really, really good. It's great entertainment, and just people love it, you know. It might not be very highbrow, but it's very, very popular. Okay, so we're now on Dixon Road. What do you think, Lee? This is a little bit colourful, this part of Blackpool. What do you think?
Well, I've got to say, funny girls here. I worked for the Nottingham Post many years ago, and we were always talking about coming to Blackpool, and we always came to Blackpool at the weekends as like a team outing, and we always came to Funny Girls. I never went into it actually, but my mates did. And they said it was fantastic. In fact, the MD of the Post, of the Nottingham Post at the time, used to come here all the time. He said it was fantastic and it was his favourite place to come and visit when he was in Blackpool. So Funny Girls, I might have to come back and we may have to go in. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it's really, really good. Funny Girls, it's actually inside what was the old Odeon Cinema right here on Dixon Road. Look at that there. the old Odeon Cinema there, and Funny Girls. It's a fantastic show. I actually went in there not too long ago to see a show, and it was brilliant.
You know what is controversial though about Blackpool at the moment? Is the fact that you don't have a cinema at the moment.
No, we don't have a cinema, and this was one of our main cinemas here, the Odeon. It was the main cinema, well, as well as the ABC, which is just down the road, and the ABC cinema is now a car park. Typical Blackpool Council.
Even Mansfield's got a cinema. What's all that about?
So what do you think to this area? It's quite colourful, isn't it? We're actually in the Pride village of Blackpool now, here, Dixon Road. A lot of gay pubs, of course. Funny Girls, of course, is run by Basil Newby, very, very famous. I think Funny Girls has been running in the Odeon since around about the year 2000, something like that. And they made a good use out of the cinema. What do you think?
I think, yeah, it's really nice. Good. It's good architecture outside again. It's nice to see the architecture, being serious actually, for a minute, in Blackpool. And you always say, look up. And that is what you need to do, because you see the original historic buildings of how they were. Because they only changed the bottom of them, but not the top.
Yeah,
so
remember, look up in Blackpool.
Yeah, definitely. So here we are in Blackpool, and hey, are you a vlogger? No. I'm the only vlogger in the village.
So we've just come off Dixon Road and we're now on Springfield Road, and there's some interesting buildings down here. There's one down there, that's a really old building, that one there, the old, we'll take a look at that in a minute, but if you look over here, they've actually got the Regent Hotel there. Look at that, they've got Blackpool Tower and the railings. That's quite fancy, isn't it? Look at that there, Blackpool Tower there.
Oh,
Doesn't
wow.
look like it's open though, does it really?
Hey, I like it. This is really cool actually, isn't it? I think it needs a little bit of renovation. A bit of teak will do that. Who's
Yeah.
Is that Cliff Richard?
Yeah, I'm not too sure whether these places are, but it doesn't look like very lived in, this place, does it really?
Not really, but you know, Cliff Richard's obviously staying there at the moment.
It's called the Baptist Tabernacle, that big red brick building. We'll have a look at that in a minute. But you wanted to mention something about the old adverts on the.
Yeah, I'm being very serious today, but you know, looking at the top of buildings, etc. I was a graphic designer. I am a graphic designer still, and I love looking at the top of buildings and seeing the old advertisements and designs for, you know, chemists, etc. And what was this, a chemist or a garage, wasn't it? And seeing that from when the original letter set was in fashion, rather than doing everything, you know, by on a computer.
Yeah, it
or
doesn't
an
seem the
Apple
same
Mac.
now, does it?
Not the same.
Okay, so we're now on General Street, and I think we've got one of those clubs down here, you know, one of those swinging clubs just down here, yeah? Shall we check it out?
Upside down pineapple.
Upside down pineapple. So we're just coming up to Cocker Square now, and there's a building just over here. It's got Infusion on it there, and that's a swingers nightclub. What do you think, huh?
I think I'm coming back.
Do you fancy it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, 100%. I'll be back.
Infusion. Yeah, there's one thing about some of these places here, like the swingers place. You never see them on Visit Blackpool. You know, when you go on Visit Blackpool, it's all the North Pier, Blackpool Tower, Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and you never see anything like this on there. I wonder why.
See, with a walk on the wild side, you get to see the gritty parts of Blackpool, the reality.
We've got quite a fancy building here. Look at that, the Baptist Tabernacle. That's a grand building, isn't it? Yeah.
Really, what year is that from?
I don't know. Have they got a date on it?
It's like, I'd guess 50s.
50s.
I'd guess it's 50s.
What do you think, folks? I can't see a plaque on it. Normally these things do have a date above the door or something like that, but it is a very, very grand building, isn't it, Lee?
It is. Normally they have the dates on them.
Yeah.
If you know and you can find out, pop it in the comment section down below.
The Baptist Tabernacle here on Springfield Road, and there's another sauna across the road, I believe, just across here down an alleyway, just in there, and it's another one of those saunas that's for certain, you know,
Clientele.
certain clientele. Yeah. I think we've just found the date, folks. What does it say, Lee? Can you read it? It's a bit worn out.
Kind of worn off. It looks like 1964, but just check online because it's a bit worn. June 15th.
I think it's a bit older than that. Okay, so we just had a look at a swingers club there. And next we're going to check out one of the strip clubs that we've got here in Blackpool, yeah. And you know, Blackpool Council, funny enough, are actually trying to get rid of the strip clubs. We've got 2 at the moment, and they're trying to get rid of them. But I haven't heard of Blackpool Council trying to get rid of those massage parlours. Isn't that funny?
Allegedly, not allegedly, maybe because they use them themselves, but I'm not saying that they do, I'm just saying maybe, you know, who knows.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, in my opinion.
Oh, what do you think of this, Lee? It's
You see, I love stuff like this. Again, it's history. And
yeah.
What was this like back in the day? In fact, I wonder whether anyone can find a picture of the Allendale private hotel back in the day when it was really nice.
Yeah, it's been like this a long time. Yeah, a very long time. So we've got quite a bit of grot going on here, Lee, and that's just across the road from the Central Library. What do you think? And what a grand building that is.
It is. Is this library still in working order?
Yeah, it's still a library, yeah.
I mean, great building. You think the council, if they are watching Blackpool Council, which I know that you watch Walk on the Wild Side, do something with these buildings. And I know they're probably privately owned, but I did say on one of my videos, I said what they should do is, and Paul the Renegade Council said, yeah, they should do. They should be made to actually do something with these buildings, the private tenants, or have them taken off of them at a lesser price than they actually are, because it just gives Blackpool a bad name. And I actually think Blackpool is a fantastic place, I have to say.
Yeah, so we're now making our way down Queen Street, folks, and this is where a lot of the action happens at night in Blackpool. We have all the pubs down here. We've got Sherlock's over there, we've got Bar 19. We used to have a strip club round here, you know, it was called Eden, yeah, but that moved to somewhere else. Walkabout over there, there's plenty of entertainment on this street. What do you think?
I think I wish I was stopping another night, because we'd have just got on it really and just gone like 2 beer monsters around town.
But just down here, just in the Strand, just round here, is where we have a lap dancing bar stroke strip club just over here. Let's go and check it out, shall we? It's called Sinless. Oh, look at that sunshine coming down there now. Wow.
I'm not saying anything. See you later.
Hey, I tell you what, we're not doing too bad for the middle of November, are we? Just that sunshine is absolutely amazing, isn't it? It's not a bad day, is it, today?
Absolutely gorgeous. You know, I think Blackpool, even though there are, you know, gritty sides of Blackpool, a lot of people give it a bad rap sometimes. And I have to say, on a serious note, you show both sides of it, but as you said, there's some beautiful places in Blackpool, and it's steeped in history. So remember, look at the top of the buildings.
And we're finishing here by the North Pier on our little alternative tour of Blackpool, just by the Beer Monster shelter. The Beer Monster shelter's behind us there, where the local beer monsters like to have intellectual conversations. We have the intellectual conversations there. So that was a little alternative look at Blackpool. So what do you think? Do you fancy a bit of the old strip clubs or the swingers clubs?
I reckon we'll go to the strip club first, and then we'll do the one of the saunas after. What do you reckon?
Well, you know what? It had to happen. The siren's going off. It's kicking off in Blackpool. There you go. It had to happen. That's this video. I hope you like it. Get following the MacMaster on YouTube. I'll put a link to his channel in the description, and I hope you like this video. If you do, hit the like button and also hit subscribe and tick the bell for notifications of new videos, and I'll see you again on the next one.